What if I told you that somewhere in the near future, you could wake up, prepare for work as usual, leave your home, arrive at your office, and discover that the job you have spent years mastering no longer requires a human being? Not because the company went bankrupt, not because the economy collapsed, not because people stopped needing that work, but because a machine learned how to do it. Faster, cheaper, and in some cases, better. It sounds like science fiction. The kind of story once reserved for futuristic movies and dystopian novels. Yet today, it is becoming reality. And for millions of people around the world, the transformation has already begun. Throughout human history, technology has always changed the way we work. When the steam engine was invented, physical labor changed forever. When electricity spread across the world, entire industries were transformed. When computers entered offices, millions of administrative tasks became automated. And when the internet arrived, business itself was reinvented.
But every major technological revolution in the past had one thing in common. They mostly replaced human muscle, not human intelligence. Artificial intelligence is different. For the first time in history, a technology is beginning to perform tasks that were once considered uniquely human. Thinking, writing, analyzing, creating, communicating, making decisions. And that is why so many people are paying attention. Because this is no longer just a story about machines doing physical work. This is a story about machines performing mental work. The question is no longer, will AI affect jobs? Because the answer is already clear. It already has. The real question is, which jobs are most vulnerable? Which careers are safest? And what will the future workforce actually look like? To understand that, we need to recognize something important. AI does not replace jobs. AI replaces tasks. And if most of the tasks inside a job can be automated, then the job itself becomes vulnerable. Let's begin with one of the most obvious examples: customer service. For decades, millions of people have worked in customer support roles, answering questions, solving problems, providing information, handling complaints. But today, many companies are increasingly relying on AI-powered chatbots. When customers ask common questions, AI can respond instantly, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, without breaks, without vacations, without sick leave, without salaries. For businesses, the economic incentive is enormous. And because many customer service interactions follow predictable patterns, this profession faces significant automation risk. Next comes the call center industry. Imagine thousands of employees answering phones, explaining policies, scheduling appointments, providing technical support. Now imagine an AI system capable of understanding speech, responding naturally, and handling thousands of calls simultaneously. That technology already exists. And every year, it becomes more sophisticated. Many routine call center tasks are likely to become increasingly automated. Then there is data entry, one of the most repetitive jobs in the modern economy. Entering names, addresses, forms, reports, invoices, spreadsheets. The work is highly structured, highly predictable, and heavily rule-based. Exactly the kind of environment where AI excels. For this reason, data entry is often considered one of the most vulnerable occupations in the age of automation. Accounting is another field experiencing significant change. Now, this does not mean accountants will disappear. Far from it. But many traditional accounting tasks are already being automated. Calculating expenses, reconciling transactions, organizing financial records, generating reports. Software can now perform these activities in seconds. As automation increases, human accountants may spend less time processing numbers and more time providing strategic advice. Translation is another profession undergoing transformation. For centuries, language translation required human expertise, knowledge of culture,
Context, nuance, and meaning. Today, AI can translate dozens of languages almost instantly. The quality continues improving every year. Human translators will still be necessary for literature, international diplomacy, legal documents, and highly specialized work. But routine translation services are increasingly being handled by AI systems. Content writing has also entered a new era. Basic articles, product descriptions, marketing copy, routine reports, news summaries. These tasks can now be generated in seconds. This does not mean writers will disappear. It means that writers who provide little beyond generic information may face increasing competition from machines. Meanwhile, writers who offer unique insights, expertise, storytelling ability, and original perspectives may become even more valuable. Graphic design is experiencing similar disruption. Not long ago, creating a professional illustration could take hours or days. Today, AI image generators can produce stunning visuals within seconds. Again, this does not eliminate the need for human designers. Creativity involves more than producing images. It involves understanding audiences, building brands, communicating ideas, creating emotional impact. But routine design work may become increasingly automated. Then comes one of the most discussed professions of all, software development, programmers. Ironically, AI is now capable of writing computer code. It can generate functions, debug software, suggest improvements, and even build simple applications. This has led many people to wonder whether programmers are becoming obsolete. The answer is more complicated. Writing code is only one part of software development. Developers also solve problems, design systems, understand user needs, make architectural decisions, and manage complexity. While AI may automate many coding tasks, human expertise remains essential, at least for now. Legal assistants and paralegals face similar challenges. Much of their work involves reviewing documents, searching for information, analyzing contracts, organizing case materials. These are tasks that AI can perform increasingly well. Many law firms already use AI tools to accelerate legal research and document analysis. As a result, certain entry-level legal roles may shrink over time. Financial analysts are also seeing change. AI systems can process enormous amounts of financial data, detect trends, identify anomalies, predict risks, and generate reports. Tasks that once required days of work can now be completed within minutes. This does not eliminate the need for financial experts, but it changes how they spend their time. Perhaps one of the most significant future disruptions will occur in transportation. For generations, driving has been a reliable source of employment. Taxi drivers, truck drivers, delivery drivers, bus operators. Millions of people depend on transportation jobs. But autonomous vehicle technology continues advancing. If self-driving vehicles become widespread, the economic consequences could be enormous. Entire industries could be reshaped. Retail cashiers face similar uncertainty. In many parts of the world, stores are experimenting with automated checkout systems. Customers enter, take what they need, and leave. AI systems identify products automatically. Payments occur digitally. No cashiers required.
As the technology improves, these systems may become increasingly common. Manufacturing has already experienced decades of automation, but AI-powered robots are now becoming more adaptable, more intelligent, and more capable. Tasks that once required human judgment can increasingly be performed by machines. Factories of the future may require far fewer workers than factories of the past. But what about doctors, teachers, psychologists, nurses? Will AI replace them too? This is where the conversation becomes far more interesting, because some professions involve much more than information processing. Consider teaching. AI can help create lesson plans, grade assignments, personalize learning, answer questions, and provide tutoring. But education is not merely the transfer of information. It is also inspiration, motivation, guidance, mentorship, human connection. A great teacher changes lives in ways that cannot easily be automated. The same is true in medicine. AI can analyze medical images, identify diseases, recommend treatments, and process enormous amounts of clinical data. In some situations, it may even outperform human doctors. Yet patients need more than diagnoses. They need trust, empathy, reassurance, communication, and ethical judgment. These human qualities remain difficult to replicate. Psychology presents another challenge. AI can simulate conversation, offer coping suggestions, and provide mental health support tools. But understanding human emotions, trauma, relationships, and personal experiences requires something deeper than pattern recognition. Human therapists offer forms of connection that machines still struggle to provide. The same principle applies to leadership. Managers, entrepreneurs, executives, diplomats, negotiators. Their value often comes from handling uncertainty, navigating complex relationships, making difficult decisions with incomplete information, and inspiring other people. These tasks remain challenging for AI. So, which jobs are safest? No job is completely immune, but generally speaking, the harder a role is to reduce to predictable patterns, the harder it is to automate. Jobs involving creativity, leadership, complex problem solving, strategic thinking, human relationships, and emotional intelligence are likely to remain valuable for a long time. Yet perhaps the biggest mistake people make is asking the wrong question. Instead of asking, will AI take my job? A better question may be, how will AI change my job? Because history shows that technology rarely eliminates work entirely. More often, it transforms it. When calculators appeared, mathematicians did not disappear. When computers arrived, accountants did not vanish. When the internet emerged, business professionals adapted. And when AI becomes more powerful, many workers will adapt once again. The people most likely to thrive in the future may not be those who compete against AI. They may be those who learn how to work alongside it. Learning how to use AI effectively could become as important as learning how to use computers was decades ago. The future may not belong to AI alone. It may belong to humans who know how to leverage AI. And perhaps that is the most important lesson of all. The future is not a battle between humans and machines. It is a story about collaboration, adaptation, and evolution. Every major technological revolution has forced humanity to reinvent itself. Artificial intelligence may simply be the next chapter, a chapter filled with uncertainty, opportunity, challenges, and possibilities. Because in the end, the biggest question is not which jobs will AI replace? The biggest question is, how will humanity redefine work in a world where intelligence is no longer exclusively human? And the answer to that question may shape the future of civilization itself. The AI revolution has already begun. The only question is whether we are ready for it.